Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And it certainly hadn't taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll burn you.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dayo Odangbo just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Herbert off of play action. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Now it's Herbert. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll run on first down. Hampton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Throwing is Williams. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. Here's 3rd and 10. Here's Williams. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. A quick throw there is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. On the end around, here comes Williams. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Play action. Now Williams. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
To throw, it's Williams. He's got the connection to Moore. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake, it's Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. They'll go play action here with Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Wide open receiver complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
And let's face it, what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. Swift will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. Santos' kick is up and through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Chargers offense back onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. At about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Hampton, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll keep it on the ground. Hampton, and he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Herbert able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Herbert now. Short throw to Disley. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw again. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Swift going to try up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. There was a great article in the paper yesterday about how he likes to run angry. Plays like that, you can feel it, can't you?
As long as he doesn't drive angry, we're okay. Because when he's on the field, that anger works for him. It fuels him, it powers him, and the end result runs like that.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Tuli Pelotu got in and dropped him.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So all field goals so far, 6-3 our score as the kick is away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Now a 2nd and 10. A first carry for Najee Harris.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Now Herbert off the bootleg. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hampton, and he stopped immediately there.
Montez Sweat with a tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Out of the gun, Herbert.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown, L.A.
Mike Williams.
55 yards.
And the Chargers have regained the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So the drive there took 6 plays. And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, let's shine the spotlight on the former Georgia Bulldog, DeAndre Swift, who's set to begin this next drive. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. To the air, Williams. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 4. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. 3rd and 4. To throw, Williams. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Looking to throw is Williams. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Williams. He'll drop this one off to Swift. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Throwing again here, Williams. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Here's Herbert. And he can't escape, and down he goes. T.J. Edwards coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
The final shot before the break for Herbert. Harris has it over the middle. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
To throw, it's Williams. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing is Williams. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. His throw incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw right side taken in by Odunze. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 37. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Off the play fake, it's Williams. They'll get this into the hands of Odunze. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Again, he'll drop to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 17 yards out. And the Bears have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. So that drives 7 plays in length, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
He's got Harris running the slant. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Up the middle they go. Hampton. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
3rd down and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Herbert now. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll go play action here with Williams. And he's got the hook up to Moore. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Off the bootleg, it's Williams.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Williams off the bootleg. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal
from 28 yards out. Santos' kick is up and through, and that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he goes out right around the 39. That one goes for 8 yards.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on third down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run on 1st down. Hampton. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Now it's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense, and a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Returnable here for Davis. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Open man here is Conklin. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Herbert. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Harris running straight ahead. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Here's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton, and he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Herbert off of play action.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Eluding the pressure right.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was
and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Chargers have taken a fourth quarter lead.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away.
Fighting through at the 25.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Here's a handoff to Swift. Now inside the 25, DeAndre Swift.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
56 yards.
And the Bears use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth.
So minutes after giving up the lead in the fourth quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down, up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play that when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Out on the playground, absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight, though, on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an exciting finish. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hampton. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at about the 28. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense and running back DeAndre Swift headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dayo Odeyingbo picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
To try again after the sack. Herbert, a short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and 3rd and 8 now. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
One of the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Bears offense ready to get going again. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound, and the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. On the handoff, this is Swift. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Play action. Now Williams. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside, but you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space, and that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running is Swift. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Bears use the big play to extend their fourth-quarter lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Santos with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. This is 1st and 10. Throwing, Herbert. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Pass complete to Harris.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
And he's got his target, Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Herbert going to throw. That is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Here comes 2nd down. Herbert to throw.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Now Herbert.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here.
Herbert.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So a crucial 2-point conversion there, but that's just part 1 of this 2-part story that they need to happen here.
Yeah, they do need to do a few other things, don't they? They got the 2, as you noted. Now they've got to make sure they get the onside kick and hope to get into field goal range and maybe have one last miracle left.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's more than a 2-part story. It's a 3- or 4-part story. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.